From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And now an audible here into something else. 2nd and 6. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
60, 18, 19, Lions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Down the right sideline. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
The kicker on.
They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Breaks through the contact, and he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Second and 9 now. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very solid gain of 27.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. You look at this Niner defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, the Rams had 5 and 6 to start play. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Shut up. Cougar 19. Cougar 19. Cougar 19.
They'll look to throw again. He'll try and do this himself. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as you'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it, because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games, and the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
He finds his man, complete. It's Fernandez. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
19 tight, 19, Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Coleman. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. 45 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Coleman. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Niners 11.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Coleman. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Pushing his way through, and he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now there he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Rams 10.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Taking it about the 1. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as you'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
Operating from the gun. Coleman. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to add on to their first-half lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Throwing to start the drive. Coleman. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Coleman. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen. They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Coleman. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
From the gun on third down, Coleman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They find some open field here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Trap 60, trap 60, trap all 80.
Now Cook. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Up the middle they go. Mackey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Throwing, Cook. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the Rams.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
From the gun, it's Dillon. He's brought down at the 34, calling a gain of 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Come on.
Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. An extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cook. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
At the 17-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Mackey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Cook. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 19 yards away. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Broncos. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That ball caught. It's Rice. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Warriors 17, 18 Cardinals, Panther 11, Panther.
Back to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Coleman. And that's going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Ready? Panther 60. Panthers. Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Coleman. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Second and inches at the 27-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's able to get out to the 32 right down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Third down and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Turn up. Shut up. Cougar 19. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Coleman. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this 3rd quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Coleman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And oh, it's blocked. This is going in. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it all the way back. And this crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Things go wrong even after a touchdown in this one. Boy, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cowboy 80. Let go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Panther 11. Panther Cowboy 80.
They'll set up to throw. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and
From
6.
the gun on 3rd down. Coleman going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Coleman. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. 51 yards. And the Rams get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Rams 33.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Trap 60, traps, Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Rabbit, 18 Rabbit, 19 Lion. Warriors 17. Take over.
Now Price throwing to start the drive. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Back to throw. Price. Now he'll tuck this and run toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll change things up. Here's Price from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
At their own 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Coleman. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Coleman. This is caught. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Rams are able to get a score back in the final. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. It's Ballard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down. Price. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun, Price. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Niners are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Rams 39.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing, and partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Come 19, come 19, go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Coleman. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Coleman. Oh, that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really, you're almost at the point of no option. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is the defenders know that as well. They know you got to throw the football. Have the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball. And that's all she wrote.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it first and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. Price. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Coleman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. Warriors 70. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 7.
From the gun on 3rd down, Coleman. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles.